Welcome to another YouTube video. Hope you guys are having a great week. Today we're going to be talking about design process. Every designer has a process that they follow. It kind of helps them develop a product in a systematic manner, and it also helps them convey with product managers and developers the way they want the product to flow. So the first step in this design process is the idea. So the idea is basically where you try to find out who you're designing this product for, what the idea is. What is it that you are trying to do? It is also a problem statement. So what is that problem that you're trying to solve? Most of the times you don't get to come up with the idea. That's if you are creating the app yourself. But when you're working in a company, in a real life situation, you're given a problem statement. Or I design dashboards and I'm given a requirement to develop a CEO dashboard or a CFO dashboard or a finance dashboard or anything like that. So in your first step, you try to find out the 3 W's. That is the who, what, and where. Where is basically where you're going to deploy this product. Is it a app or a browser or an iPad, or is it a product like a phone or anything? So basically you just try to find out what you are doing, where you're doing it on, and who you're doing it for. The second one is the user story. So the user story is basically trying to find out everything about the users, because you might have an idea in your mind and you might design it based on what you have in your mind and what you want, but it is always important to keep your users in mind. No matter what, you have to find out what they want or what they need, and you have to design it based on that. And in this stage you conduct a lot of interviews and surveys and develop personas, so you kind of know their backstory and find out how they are gonna use the app or any product. So the third one is the look and feel. So the look and feel is the most fun part of designing anything, because you decide the colors, you decide the layout, you decide the text, the typography and everything, all the fun stuff, the animations and how it's going to flow. And it's basically the fun step, and every designer wants to do it. But it is very important that when you're developing or designing the first draft, the first version, it is always important to not pay too much attention to it. You have to pay attention to it. You have to use the latest trends, read about the style guide and best practices and everything like that. But it's not too important. You have to give equal importance to every stage in this process. So the look and feel is basically everything that your product is going to look and feel like. The fourth step is the execution. This is mainly for the developers, anyone who's going to be building or developing the product. But you have to be in this stage definitely, because you want to help the developers or the builders to kind of take them in the right path, and also help them, give them CSS, or I help the developers, I give them CSS or color codes or anything of that sort, and also always be there to guide them. The final step is the testing. Now this step is something that a lot of designers don't do. They stop here, but you should never do that. You should always go one step ahead and do the testing, because you want to know if the users are using the app the way you built it, the way it is intended, or if there's something missing. There's always something missing in your first draft. So you have to do the testing, observe them, how they use the product, and always go back to the idea and summarize the whole thing. You have 5 steps in any design process. It's idea, user story, look and feel, execution, and texting. Did I say texting or did I say testing? I think I said testing. Okay, I meant testing. So the first one is the idea, where you find out the 3 W's. That is who, what, and where. And once you establish what is it that you're trying to build, the second one is the user story. The user story is where you find out everything about the users. But it is also important to not blindly follow the user, because there is a very famous saying by Henry Ford. I asked the users what they want, and they told me they want the fastest horse, and if I had built that, we would have never had cars now. But there is a difference between what they want and what they need. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna not get into details because each and every step has so much in them. Like if you take user story, there is storyboard, there is personas, surveys, interviews, wireframes, and there's just too much in each and every stage. So this is gonna be a higher level design process, so you should be careful not to get into the details. But third, the look and feel. Everything you have, your product. Why do I keep saying app? Everything your product is going to look and feel like. And then execution. You have to be there in this stage because you have to be there for the developers and the builders. You have to help them, guide them, and make sure they are designing it the way you intended. And the testing stage, the most important stage, because you want to find out your users are using the product the way they're supposed to use it, or the way, or what are the gaps that you were trying to fill and they did not get. Basically just trying to find out what is it that is missing so that you can go on the loop and recreate your idea, redesign it, and go through the stage again. So yeah, this is on a higher level. I'm gonna go more in depth in each and every stage in my consecutive videos. If you wanna not miss out on any of my video, please subscribe below so that you get notified every time I post a video and you're gonna know everything about design that's there. If you liked this video, please share so that other people can see this video and get something out of it. Other than that, please post your comments if you have anything below, and I hope you guys liked it. I'll see you again next week. Bye.